afternoon, everyone. Puna kayo, please. Akala ko si ate na yung guest speaker eh. Magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. Thank you very much for the invitation to be here. Hi. Ako ang tinitignan yan, hindi ikaw. Oh, let's all wave. Come on, guys. Before anything else, I would like to thank the Subic National High School for inviting me here today. It is my honor and pleasure to address the 2019 graduating senior high school class. Hindi ko na po hahaba palalo, ang dami-dami natin. Hindi ko na po iisa-isahin ang mga dignitaries na nandito. Please rest assured that I thank you for your presence and I thank you for the invitation. Bago po ako magsimula, gusto kong magpasalamat unang-una sa mga magulang. Congratulations po sa mga magulang na nandito ngayon at sa mga magulang na hindi nakarating. Because without the parents, you will all not be here. Your parents are the one who worked so hard to make sure that you are sitting here right now. So I ask each and every one of these students to please stand up. Give the warm of applause to the parents who deserves to be here today. Without these parents, none of you would not be here. These parents are the reason and the heroes of this day. Okay na? Sit down. Of course, we cannot forget to thank the teachers and the members of the academe of this institution. Without them, you would also not be here. Sila ang nagtiyaga sa mga kakulitan ninyo. Sila ang nagtiyaga sa mga cutting classes ninyo. Sila ang nagtiyaga kahit na palagi kayo sa ataw at sinubaybayan kayo. So let us all give a warm applause to the teachers and to the academe na nagtiyaga para sa inyo. And of course, I would like to extend my congratulations to each and every one of you because after all, kayo ang pumasok. After all, kayo ang supposedly gumawa ng assignment. After all, kayo din ang kumopya. Kaya, sige, pagbibigyan ko na kayo, congratulations to all of you. I had a very long introduction, but really, the only introduction that I wanted to have has always been, ako po si Ami. Ako po ay tubong Olongapo. Sa Olongapo po ako pinanganak, sa Olongapo po ako nag-high school, nag-elementary, sa Olongapo po ako lumaki. Together with your parents, because I am sure, ang mga magulang po ninyo ay halos kaedad ko. Together with your parents, we shared a common goal, a common vision. To have our children grow up, to become fine young adults, and responsible members of the society. This is now the challenge to all of you. Ano ba ang gagawin nyo pagkatapos nito? Ano ba ang mangyayari sa inyo pagkatapos nito? Ito ang speech ko, by the way. Ang gusto ko lang sabihin, alam ko, in your age, makukulit ang magulang. Di ba? There are so many rules. The parents are always telling you, kailangan, ano na ba ang oras ng curfew ngayon? 10 ng gabi? Diyos ko, buti na lang hindi kita anak. Pag anak ko, alas 5 na sa bahay na. Ganun na ba talaga ngayon? Alas 10 ang curfew? Ay, kinervyos ako. So, sige, fine. I know parents have rules. Sa totoo lang, nung bata ako sa Olongapo, asar na asar din ako sa nanay ko. Lalo namang mas asar na asar ako sa tatay ko. Alam niyo kung bakit? Bawal ang pek-pek shorts. Tama ba yun? Ang ganda kaya ng legs ko. I swear! I swear! Papakita ko na ngayon na. Kaya lang, bawal ang pek-pek shorts. I will be caught dead if I even bother to try and go out of the house in pek-pek shorts. Hindi rin ako pwedeng mag-sleeveless. Ang ganda ng likod ko, Lola. Excuse me. Hanggang ngayon. Oo, talaga. Walang tigyawat ang likod ko. Buksan ang likod ko, please. My bottom line is, like you, I grew up with the rules of my parents that I hated. I hated my parents. Bawal mag-boyfriend. Shit. Ang ganda ko. Bawal mag-boyfriend. Ang daming rules and I hated each and every one of them. And that was when I was a kid. And you know what? Now that sige na nga, aaminin ko na. Now that I'm 50 years old, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Now that I'm 50 years old, I miss the rules. I wish my father could come back and tell me, Ami, you cannot wear that going outside. Yung sinasabi nila na mothers knows best, it took me 50 years to realize my mother will always know best. Always. Now that I'm 50 years old, chairman and administrator of Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, alam niyo ba kung sino ang tinatanong ko kung may problema ako? Ang nanay ko. Ang nanay ko na hindi abogado. Abogado ako. Ang nanay ko na 83 years old na halos hindi makalakad. Pero sino pa rin ang tatanungin ko? Ang nanay ko. So, I know it's too early to tell you this. But I hope you will remember, when you are 50 years old, your mother knows best. Your father knows best. They have no other interest except what is best for you. Right now, in your young age, you think all these rules does not make sense. Now, at your young age, you think, sobrang higpit. Paano pa ako makakalabas? Paano ko pa magagawa ang buhay ko? But believe me, those rules are there for a reason. And I highly recommend that you follow them. Because they have nothing but your best interest in mind. Wag na kayong tumingin, ako ang kinukunan yan. Akin yan, dala-dala ko yan eh. Second, I challenge all of you, do not afraid to be ordinary. Don't be worried na hindi ikaw ang valedictorian. Kasi sa totoo lang, nung nag-graduate ako, parang nasa kulelat ako eh. I was not an exceptional student. I was not, you know that good-looking guy there? I was not the top of the class like him. I did not go to UP. Hindi ako pumasa. Gusto ko nga sana sa UP. Pero hindi ako pumasa. I did not make the cut. Sa totoo lang, nung bata ako, nung high school ako, sus, ang pangit ko. I swear, kaya bumabarkada ako sa maganda. Kasi maraming pogi na may gusto dun sa maganda eh. Madamay man lang ako. Diba? So I challenge you not to be afraid to be ordinary. Because your ordinariness right now is a road to become extraordinary. Classic example. Ordinary, 25 years ago, extraordinary. Because it can be done. I did it. Yung mga maganda ngayon, kayong mga maganda ngayon, yung mga maraming manliligaw ngayon, ha? May araw din kayo. Ha? Alam na mga magulang yan. Di ba? 50 years old. Yung mga pogi ngayon, ha? Kayo? Yung mga pogi ngayon, yung maraming nagkakagusto, ha? May mga tulog kayo. Because kaming mga pangit, gumaganda kami. We have so much time to work on ourselves, to improve ourselves. Kayo, magiging kampante kayo eh. Maganda na ako eh. Marami na akong manliligaw eh. So my point here being ordinary should not be something to be worried about. Being ordinary should not be something to be afraid. Because not everyone who is successful, not everyone who becomes special, not everyone who became big names started as extraordinary. Everybody was ordinary. So you, as ordinary as you are, I challenge you to become extraordinary. Example, I mean, maghahanap ka pa ba sa iba? Next, I also want you to not be afraid to fail. Huwag kayong matakot. May mga bagay na mangyayari sa inyo, sa buhay ninyo, na mahirap. You will get broken-hearted. Magkaka-boyfriend ka, alam mo, hindi ako naniniwala sa forever. #bitter ako. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to get hurt. Because everybody does. Tanungin nyo, ito naman si ate, kung makasabi, paano naman siya naging failure? Ito naman si ate, kung makasabi, how did she get hurt? I did. I'm divorced. I'm divorced 15 years. It didn't matter. Of course it hurt. But what did I do after? That's the more important thing. Did I cry nung iniwang ko yung asawa ko? I didn't. Well, I did for a couple of days, but I didn't got stuck there, and it's like the end of my word. I didn't let that happen to me. What I did was, araw-araw, I was just telling this story with Barney the other day. When I first got separated, I was so broken-hearted because my husband, I never thought there was a time in my life that I'd never thought kaya kong mabuhay nang wala yung asawa ko. Para akong napupugtuan ng hininga pag wala yung asawa ko. Baliw lang. But then when we finally got separated, I'll wake up in the morning at 4 every single day. Kahit anong oras ako makatulog, I will wake up at 4 with this parang ang bigat-bigat ng dibdib mo and you just want your life to end. And I just keep on crying. Siguro mga after 1 week nun, I said to myself, I can't go on like this. So at that point, At 4 o'clock, when I wake up, tatayo na ako. I will go to the gym and work out. Kaya tignan mo naman, 50 years old. And I never stopped. Again, I go back. What's important is not because you failed. What's important is how you dealt with failure. Ikaw ba umiyak at nagpakakawawa sa sarili mo? Or did you seize the day and fought it like a war? Did you pick up the sword and went on to fight? Remember the lyrics of The Warrior is a Child? There's a war. It's hard. Sometimes you don't want to give up. Believe me, there will be a lot of challenges in front of you. Life is not easy. But all you really need to do is to put down the sword when you cannot take it anymore. Take a deep breath, say a little prayer, and pick it up again. Because that's the more important thing. Another failure, itong pinakamahirap so far in my life. Well, I've had a lot, but to me, this is the defining moment of my very young life. As already said in my introduction, I first started my career as a volunteer for Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority under Chairman Gordon. So bagong graduate ako sa Ateneo, ang sexy ko. Ang feeling ko, ang galing-galing ko. I was his right hand. Hindi umaalis si Chairman Gordon nang wala ako. Pumupunta kami sa Amerika, nagne-negotiate ng kontrata, pumupunta kami sa iba't ibang, I remember we went to Seoul, we went to Guam, we went to Washington, D.C., and I was there. Kaso, bumagsak ako sa bar exams. Can you imagine? Kasi po, kung nag-aral ka ng abogasya, yung bar exam, yun na yun. Kahit na gaano ka katagal nag-aral, kung hindi ka naman pumasa sa bar, lahat ng pinag-aralan mo matatapon. Because you cannot practice. You will not be called an attorney. So when I first took the bar, I failed. Can you imagine that? I was the right hand of Senator Gordon. I was traveling around the world. I was riding helicopters just to attend a meeting in Manila. And suddenly, yung pinakamabigat na dagok ng buhay ko, I flunked the bar. It was hard. Can you imagine what will I tell my parents? Ang yabang-yabang ko pa naman. Nakakahiya sa mga kasama ko sa trabaho dahil ang iangas-angas ko pa naman. Nakakahiya kay Senator Gordon because he believed in me and gave me such a big responsibility. And yet, I failed. But, uulitin ko. What's important, it's what you do after your failure. How do you face failure? Do you cry in the corner? Because I could have said, and I know somebody who until right now has not taken the bar because he's afraid to fail again. My point here being is that it's important that you accept failure. But what's more important, anak, lito ka, naiinitan ka, magkaka-wrinkles ka, maaga pa. Dito ka, yan, diyan ka. What's important is how you deal with failure. Talaga ikaw lang sa gitna, di sila sumunod. What's important is that you are brave enough to stand up again. Imagine niyo kung ako, nagpaka-sama ng loob at hindi ako tumayo. I remember during that failure, I found out today that I failed. Parang umiyak ako maghapon. Hindi ko kinausap lahat ng taong gusto kong kausapin. On the second day, nagpaalam na ako kay Senator Gordon, Boss, luluwas po ako ulit sa Manila para mag-review. There was never a question in my mind that I will not take it immediately. There was never a question in my mind or fear that I will not take it again. In fact, I became fearless. Because I thought at that time, bumagsak na ako eh. Ano pang pwedeng mawala sa akin? Bumagsak ulit? Ako pa ba takutin mo? Bumagsak na nga ako eh. So again, I go back. The lesson that I want you to learn is, failure will come. Heartaches will come. Disappointments will come. But what's the important thing is how you deal with it. Stand up. Pick up the sword. Stand up and fight again and again and again. Because failure will only win if you let it. It is up to you to make sure that it doesn't. And it is up to you to make sure that you win. Pumalakpak naman kayo. O hindi nyo nakuha yun? Ang hirap kayang sabihin nyo na. Malapit na. Konti na lang. Okay. I also want to ask you to not be afraid to take chances. Not be afraid to take a risk. Kasi may mga bagay na sometimes gusto mo safe na lang. Ang sarap na ng buhay ko, why will I do that? There will always be what ifs. There will always be, bakit hindi ko ginawa yon? I challenge you to take chances and to take risks. Because for all you know, it is in those risks that you will find greatness. It is in those risks that you will find success. Why do I say this? Sa totoo lamang po, bago ako na-appoint na SBMA chairman and administrator, I was very comfortable. I was already a successful lawyer with Philip Morris. Marami na akong pera. Sa totoo lang. I really did not need this job anymore. Nalibot ko na lahat ng bayan sa mundo. Where do you want to go? Ikaw, ang pangarap, Canada, 5 times. I even received an award in Toronto. I went to Toronto to receive an award. One of the most 100 influential women in the world. Can you imagine? Galing lang ako sa Olongapo. Hindi ako pinanganak na mayaman. I was just telling my staff, alam niyo ba, lumaki ako na bumibili lang ang nanay ko ng bagong damit pag Pasko tsaka birthday ko. At alam niyo ba, buong buhay ko, hindi ako karanas ng birthday party. Hindi rin ako yung kayo, pag may birthday kayo, may spaghetti sa bahay nyo, tsaka pansit. Walang ganun sa bahay namin. Hindi po ako lumaking privileged. Hindi ko po sinasabing lumaki akong mahirap. Ang sinasabi ko po, ang mga magulang ko po made sure that they manage their money. Kasi 4 kami, hindi naman kami maraming pera, and they want to send us to best schools. And kung gagastusin mo sa birthday yon, iipunin na lang niya yon para mapadala ko sa Ateneo. Or iipunin niya para mapag-aral ang ate ko sa pagiging doktor. Dahil wala naman kaming sobra-sobrang pera. So my bottom line here is that we have to take chances. And again, as I said, before I became appointed SBMA chairman and administrator, maayos na po ang career ko. I'm a lawyer for Philip Morris International. I've traveled all over the world already. In fact, ngayon, tamad na akong bumiyahe. Paris, gusto mong pumunta? 3 times. May award din akong nakuha doon. Ha? Saan yung gusto pumunta? Sa New York? Dan. Sa Korea? Ako, Diyos ko, dahil 2-5 lang yan. Saan? Thailand! Ang cheap-cheap mo. Ang mura-mura lang pamasahe doon. niyayaya ko ang staff ko, pupunta kami sa Greece in May. At ililibre ko sila. But my bottom line here is this. O, akala nyo, may speech ito, no? Kakalimutan nyo na yata. My bottom line here is this. Okay? I took a chance. Ang ganda na ng hanap buhay ko. Meron na akong pera. Bayad ang mga kondo, ha? Bayad ang... Wala akong utang. Wala akong utang. Hanggang ngayon, wala akong utang. Bayad ang mga kondo ko. Bayad ang kotse ko. Wala akong anak. Wala akong asawa. Sarili ko lang ang pera ko. Nabili ko na lahat. Yung mga mahamahalin na bag, meron ako lahat niyan. Mamahalin na relo, meron ako lahat niyan. My point is, komportable na ako. Pwede na akong wag magpakahirap. Bakit ako papasok sa gobyerno? Bakit? Why? Nasa kutsyon na ako eh. Bakit ako bababa sa papag? Why? At hindi naman ako mangungurakot. Because why? Why do I need more money? When I already have more. But I took the risk. You know why? Because naniniwala ako that I could make a difference. Naniniwala ako na gusto ko nang umuwi. Gusto kong umuwi sa Olongapo. Gusto kong umuwi sa bayan ko. Gusto kong kumain pagka nagugutom ako, kumain sa Jepoy's na lugawan. Gusto kong kumain ng lugaw dun sa Goto Gate. Gusto kong mag-Sam's Pizza. Gusto kong umuwi. And I took the chance. I was afraid. In fact, lagi ko itong sinasabi sa mga tao ko sa SBMA. Na-appoint po ako, alam ko pong appointed na ako ng December. In fact, I took the oath on January 6, 2017, but I did not show my face in SBMA until January 15, 2017. You know why? Because I am not prepared for my people to know that I'm afraid. Because I was afraid. Ang hirap na trabaho, kaya ko ba yun? Isipin ko lamang, imagine, ako ang susunod na Richard Gordon. Kaya ko ba yun? But I took the chance. I took the risk. And where are we now? Ang haba ng introduction, libo-libo, billion-billion yung sinasabi. The point being is, you will never know what's in store for you if you don't take the chance. Your ordinariness will become extraordinary because you took the chance. So I challenge you to take the chance. Oh. Last na. Konting-konti na lang. Konting-konti na lang. As I already said, parehas lang po tayo. Ako po'y taga-Olongapo. Ang Subic Town po at ang Olongapo, magkadikit ang pusod. We share the same experience. Or at least, yung parents ninyo share the same experience as me. Doon po sa mga magulang, do you hear me? Sino po ba ang nag-afternoon disco dito? Walang nag-afternoon disco dito? Talaga? Oh, tama! Sino nag-afternoon disco dito? Uy, parents, talaga walang nakikinig, oh. Mga magulang, sino nag-afternoon disco dito? Taas ang kamay! Oh, there you go. Sino nag-afternoon disco sa Hot City? Oh, tamo, ate ha? Ikaw ha? Di ba? Sinong nakinig ng folk singer sa cork room? Aba, hindi alam ang cork. Ay, meron. See? Sinong tumakas sa nanay para makapunta sa strawberry fields? Oh, ikaw na naman ate, sobra ka na ha? The bottom line here is, I am you. I went through the same experience as your parents. I went through the same experience as you. Sumasakay ako ng tricycle. Sumasakay ako ng jeep. Teka, nagpapaselfie ka dyan, hindi ako kasama. Ano ba yun? Ano ba? Ganon. Selfiehan na, hindi ako kasama. Ganon. I am you. Sumakay ako ng jeep, sumakay ako ng tricycle. Sino nagsisimbang gabi? Taas ang kamay. Oh, mga magulang, hindi kayo nagsisimbang gabi? Mahiya naman kayo. Sino ang nagsisimbang gabi para lang makita ang crush niya? Ako yun. Oh, di ba? Sino ang pumupunta sa ataw pag walang magawa? Ako pa rin yun. Again, I go back. I am you. I was once you. At one point, I was sitting in that chair, wishing and thinking, what's going to happen to me 25 years from now? So I challenge you. I challenge you to be, not to be ordinary, not be afraid to be ordinary. I challenge you not to be afraid to fail. I challenge you to take chances, to take risks. And I challenge you to be me. For all you know, 25 years from now, one of you will be the next SBMA chairman and administrator like me. Yun lamang po, marami pong salamat.
Maraming salamat po, Attorney Eisma, sa inyong makabuluhan at kapaki-pakinabang na talumpati.
Hindi pa ako tapos. Upo tayo ulit. Okay, baka akala nyo, this is my show. Magpapaumanhin po ako kasi iniwan ko lang po yung board meeting namin. Ako po ang chairman of the board ng SBMA. So ngayon, in the advent of social media, magpa-picture na tayo bago ako umalis. O, halika na, go. Selfie, ayaw nyo, aalis ako, wala tayong picture. O, huwag kayong magkagulo, pupunta ako sa inyo.